So let's talk about a different perspective on love and relationships. What if, unlike the dramatic movies or rom-coms that we watch, when we feel love is not meant for us to have a relationship with that person? What if our culture was completely wired around, well, you might feel love for people, that's something totally different, versus you might choose to be in a relationship with people, that's totally different. Even though feeling love for someone, feeling in love with someone might be drawing you into wanting to be around them a lot more often, there actually maybe is not a direct correlation at all with you being able to be with them for a long time. And that's not the purpose of love either. And let's explore what else it might mean. So, this is the 6th episode of a 7-day series about love, attraction, and compatibility. And I, as a woman who is in love with falling in love and a psychoalchemist, will be sharing some valuable insights so that you can make better aligned decisions for your life path and love relationships. Be sure to subscribe and let's get into it. Let's think of life as a school, which from a spiritual point of view, it is said that it's exactly that, where we get to learn, grow, evolve into a different version of ourselves, of our being, release karma, resolve patterns, and transmute energies that are present on this earth. Now, coming at it from this point of view, it is two separate things to be feeling in love with someone versus being in a relationship with someone. We can see both as ways to be schooled, to grow, but it's just that they are different things. As like your business might be a way for you to look into things, transmute, evolve beyond. Your family might be that, and etc. So before getting into relationships, which we will be going into, like the healthy basis of sustainable relationships in the next episode, let's stick around in this aspect of love and look at what it is. Prior to anything, I want to invite you to bring yourself back into you. If you're feeling in love with someone and thinking they are the source of that love. Around the 6th time I was majorly in love, I had started doubting my own sense of feeling in love. And of course, I was able to distinguish a crush from a feeling in love, where one was an interest, a desire to be with them, versus when I was feeling in love, it was just being shining in celebration of their existence and having so much unconditional love for them, whether I was in a relationship with them or not. And most usually, we're not. In my language, in Turkish, we have two different words to use for love, which is love as a general sense that we can feel for anybody, anything, everything, versus aşk, which is the passionate love that we feel for a romantic object or the divine. So what I'm actually talking about is not like sevgi, the love that is for everyone, but aşk, the that you're hit with the arrow of eros, and that person is the only one you can think. That love we're talking about. And even in that, there are two ways that you can experience that love. It is commonly said that it is aşk when you don't get to be together, when you are in the longing, when you are dreaming of them but not experiencing being with them, when it's platonic or unreachable. Versus meşk, which is the love that you get to share, that passionate feeling of love that you get to share together and experience being together with someone. And When ashk is painful and is suffering, meshk is just joyful and a blessing. And when I was falling in love for the sixth time, and maybe one of them was meshk, but the rest were quite some bits of ashk, I had started doubting my perception of love, feeling in love, that I was exaggerating things and feeling too hyperactivated. But you see, along with this, in this divine relationship, we have the same word ashk, and it's referred to as when you are in love with someone, that is the first thing that initiates you into the path, into the spiritual path of your relationship with the divine. So the fire of ashk starts burning in you, igniting your eyes into seeing the love, the beloved in everything, thus coming into this ecstatic state of being through the love that you're feeling. So this is one approach to love. And let's take another one more practically, that yes, I was feeling in love, it wasn't false. But with that sixth one, I realized, well, this love will not be able to fit into this person. The love I feel is beyond them. Yes, they inspire that love greatly, but they cannot fulfill the desire of that love, because the object of that love have become something much further bigger than what they are and what they can be. It is not having certain needs met with this person, but just an ecstatic joy, celebration of their being is what I'm feeling. And actually, I wouldn't be choosing to be in a relationship with them. That's why it remains an ashk and not a meshk, because obviously they're not good for me. And as I said, we have separated the relationship and love for now. So we will get into why not a relationship with them on the second episode. But with this, I realized, well, these people are only igniting the love that I already have within me. This is a resource, this is a function, this is me, my being, that gets into flame when it meets the fire. I'm filled with gasoline already. And whether it's them or on the next scenario, someone else, what happens, what's going on is already in me. I already have the love in me. I'm already accessing it here. I don't need them for this love. It exists already in my being, which was a huge freeing revelation for me, because until that point, I was being crushed with the idea that I desire someone so much, but for this or that reason, won't be able to be with them. It was feeling like I won't be able to be with this love, until the point I was set free from that constricted, limited understanding of what love is, and was able to rejoice in just feeling that and feeling grateful for the igniter, the person who inflames me into that state of being, that now I get to be in love, just in love, not only with them, but just in love, which is very inspiring state of being. Who would appreciate, right? This removes the painful part as well, because the pain, if you look at it, comes from believing in a thought that your soul knows to not be true. If I'm thinking I will only be able to own this love, have all of this by having them, I'm in a misguided assumption that is just far from truth. Let's wrap back up and come to a third point of view on love, in this sense. That what if love is just for you to put your attention on this being, so that with their reflection, with what they are mirroring to you. You get to progress in your own being. With that hyper-activated sense of being obsessed with them, thinking about them, exploring them, researching them, what if what your soul is actually trying to do is bring out the gem in that interaction, in that person, what you see in them? And what if you didn't have to make it about, oh, I need to have a relationship with this person? No, it doesn't have anything to do with that. It can sometimes, but only if you choose to do so. You can have one relationship going on and have so much more love experienced, because that is not a throne that is unchangeable. Like the who sits on that throne can change, who inspires, the igniter of that fire can change. It takes time to build something with a person. So with all these people you fall in love with, you likely won't be able to build a relationship, and you don't need to. That's not what it's meant for. So to wrap up, having these different perspectives about being in love. One, that it is not something that needs to be the basis of a relationship and has to turn into one in order for you to have its gifts. Two, it is already in you and not in the person that you're feeling it for that ignites it. And three, maybe it is the school itself is what the purpose of it is. And then how can we allow that school, that learning to function with its greatest extent, igniting us into that state of being in love in life, so that we get to have that relationship with the untouchable, unseeable. This is the primary step of a Sufi, by the way, to fall in earthly love, it is said in the cultural tradition, so that you get to open your eyes into the divine that is everywhere via that love you had felt for the physical representation. From the object, the subject of this love, can we transition into enjoying its presence in our being and appreciate that for what it is, as that's a great gift. What we might be learning through them, we have talked in very much detail in the first 4 episodes of the 7-day series, the different aspects of attraction that we confuse with being in love and what we can do about them individually. So if you're interested, make sure you go and watch them. And in the next episode, we will be diving into what makes a relationship healthy, the compatibility, the values, the framework of open communication that you can share with someone, so you get to have least heart hurt and the most out of a connection, whatever shape it has to be. If you need help sorting any of this out, having mentorship in your own life to do this inner work, to have this self-education via what life offers to you as your focus now, your curriculum now via these people, I would be very happy to help you. And there are many facilitators, many transformational coaches who can also assist you in this. And also below in the description, you can check out my course, Realignment with Love. If your heart is close to loving, if there are emotional burdens that are clouding your openness to life and love in general, and coming back to first the love with yourself so that you can share togetherness from that state of wholeness with others. Make sure you check it out in the description below, the Realignment with Love course, and see you in the next video.